So, just slide is visible?
Yes.
Okay, so hello everyone. I'm delighted to give you a brief introduction to Kanazawa University. Okay, so let me start from my self-introduction. My name is Masato Kimura, an advisor to the president for international affairs in Kanazawa University. I'm also a professor of Faculty of Mathematics and Physics, Kanazawa University. So my research field is applied mathematics and numerical analysis and mathematical modeling and numerical simulations, also recently machine learning. So these are some examples of my research. So this, for example, this is a crack propagation, and this looks like computer graphics, but we have some mathematical model for this phenomena, and we analyze the equation and also numerically computed on the computer. So my research interest is free and moving boundary problems, pattern formation, fracture mechanics, recently some generative AI or deep learning system. Okay, so, so let me start from introduction of Kanazawa City. So maybe you know Tokyo here, this is Japan, and this is Kyoto, and Kanazawa is here. This is Kanazawa City, and uh, there's a very rapid Shinkansen, rapid train from Tokyo, only 2.5 hours. Also from Kyoto, 2 hours. And so this is very convenient position. And wait a moment. Yes. So this is some landmark of Kanazawa City, so-called Kanazawa Castle. Kanazawa City was developed by feudal lords during the Edo period, and the castle you see in this photo is one of the city's historic landmarks. It attracts many tourists, especially in spring when the cherry blossom are in full bloom. So this is very beautiful picture. And this is a Kanazawa station, and this wooden gate is called Tsuzumimon, is landmark of Kanazawa station. And this is a photo from the last week's biggest festival in Kanazawa. And Kanazawa city is some city of history and culture and also natures. And for example, this is a most famous Japanese garden in Japan, so-called Kenrokuen Garden. And also we have a lot of snow. You can enjoy snow skiing in winter, and also you can enjoy some delicious food, especially seafood in Kanazawa. Okay, so let me move to introduction to Kanazawa University. So Kanazawa University was originated in 1862 as an institution for vaccination. And nowadays we have 4 colleges, including 20 schools, and also 7 graduate schools, including 20 divisions. And we have more than 10,000 students, and including more than 10% international students. Also, we have many students from India or Southeast Asian countries. And these are some our leading institute, for example, Nano LSI Institute, Nano Life Science Institute, or Autonomous Mobility Vehicle Institute, also some tourist science institute. So we have sorry. So we have many international partner institutions, more than 300. universities and institutes from 65 countries. And this is the undergraduate schools. We have 4 colleges and including 20 schools. For example, in my case, I'm working at schools of mathematics and physics. And this is a structure of graduate schools. We have 7 graduate schools, including 20 divisions. So this is an example from my undergraduate and graduate schools. So Division of Mathematical and Physical Sciences. This is a Department of Mathematics and Physics. And we have a special English program in Mathematical and Physical Sciences and English entrance examination we have. And also we have special MEX scholarship, government scholarship program called IMP. And these are some examples of our numerical simulations of some phenomena. And also we have some mathematics course and physics course and also computational science course. And recently we are also working on some AI and machine learning, mathematical understanding of AI and machine learning. Okay. Okay, so these are some studies in Japanese culture and society in Kanazawa University. If you enter Kanazawa University, you have a lot of chance, occasion to learn such Japanese cultures, including some traditional arts and craft, and also joining some family in Japan and UNESCO geoparks, and so on. So this is some overview of admission procedure for both undergraduate and graduate schools. And standard undergraduate program begin in April, and while graduate programs begin with April or October. And, and in some cases, you can complete the entire procedure without coming to Japan. We encourage you to visit the university website for detailed information. In graduate schools, it's important to find a prospective supervisor. And this is how to find prospective supervisor. You can search your suitable supervisor in website. And we also have many scholarships from Japanese government, mixed or just a scholarship or scholarship by private foundations or Kanazawa University scholarship. So you have a lot of chance to get. Also, we provide some student dormitory because we have 3 dormitories, and the room charge is something like 30,000 or 40,000 per month. And the approximate total living cost in Kanazawa is around 80,000 or 100,000 Japanese yen per month. This is much cheaper than Tokyo. And we also have some tutor system. And also we can support some employment in Japan for international students. We can strongly support your job hunting in Japan. And these are voices from our international students. I would like to introduce one of them. If she said, if you want to experience real Japanese life and culture, Kanazawa University is the right choice for you to come. So thank you very much. And I want to switch to my colleague, Dr. Sharma. Wait a moment.
Okay, so Hello, everyone, and maybe you can see I'm Gyanendra Sharma, and originally I'm from India, and currently I'm working at Kanazawa University. And today I would like to share my experience of living and working in Japan, and hopefully it can give you some idea and of what opportunities are available for the international researcher or students here. And so little more introduction about myself. So in India, I belongs from Uttar Pradesh. And after completing my master's from Uttar Pradesh, I moved to Chennai, the south part of India. From there, I did the PhD. And after that, I was a researcher in India for 2 years. And in 2019, I moved to Japan and Kanazawa University. So this is the map of Japan, you can see. And Japan is surrounded by the ocean side and seaside. So the Tokyo is towards the Pacific Ocean, this side, and we are facing the Japanese Sea. So as Kimura Sensei already mentioned, like we have rapid train, or you can say like a bullet train or Shinkansen. And if you are reaching to Tokyo, you can reach to Kanazawa in 2.5 hours. So when I first came to Japan, this everything was very new for me. I was knowing only English, and the Japanese language was very new to me. I was knowing about the language, but I had no any personal experience with the language. And the culture was completely different, food was different, and one of the important thing, education system was also very much different from India. But when I spent some time here, so it became one of the most rewarding experience for me to living in Japan. So next I want to show you uh, what kind of things many students ask when they consider Japan. So I want to highlight like few things here. Like it's not only in Kanazawa University, I think most of the university, because I travel to many different places in Japan for collaboration purpose, different universities. So what I found, like the education quality is very high, and it competing to the the world's more kind of popular institute. And another thing is the technology wise also. If I talk about the Kanazawa University, the very advanced technology we have, a world leading infrastructure we have. And in the right side, you can see the classes are in the mode of in dual mode. They can be like in the presentation mode, or they can use the board to teach the students. Most of the students, they can see the classes uh, from the very far. They have like dedicated screens also in a different site. And another infrastructure, if you are coming as a graduate student or undergraduate student, as Kimura Sensei mentioned, like we have many different kind of schools. So here I'm highlighting few, like in from the mechanical engineering side, and one from this space science technology, and another is from the chemical engineering, where you can see I'm standing with my colleagues, and this is the bachelor student, where we are performing some experiment here. So the technology and infrastructure wise, Kanazawa University is very good, and I see like other Japanese universities are also very good. And here you can have like very global experience, because students are not only from uh, Japan, but from other countries also. So you can have like very good interaction with the people from many different countries. Career wise, I see from last 6 years, like most of the students, when they finish their graduation or when they finish their bachelor study, they get placed. And from my experience, point of experience, like I see 100% placement for all the students who are working, who worked around me. And another thing is which is need to be considered, like if you are individual and independent life you want to live, then I consider like Japan is one of the most safest place to continue. So, and here, not only the technology and infrastructure wise, but Kanazawa is also provide very good balance between the modern facilities. Like we have modern transport systems and comfortable daily infrastructure, as well as it has very rich traditional culture. We also have like we have deep historical roots, world-renowned gardens, what picture you can see, and we have very good local food here and very welcoming community and atmosphere, what I have seen. So Kanazawa integrates cutting edge modern living with the deep historical roots, offering an exceptional high quality life here. And as mentioned before, also I want to highlight here, like we have 4 different seasons, and you can see like this is the summer season, and these are my members from my lab, and we are visiting to one company because we time to time we plan to visit different company to understand what kind of technology and what kind of materials the people are looking for. And here you can see I'm with my colleagues in the snow time, and the autumn and the spring season is also these both the picture are from Kanazawa University. So you can see like it is very attractive from the cultural side. So what is the rhythm for the daily life here? So generally one morning we wake up, we run for the academic classes, and if you are in a lab, then you start your labs there. And then we have like afternoon session. We have nice canteen here, and different groups are there. You can go to cafeteria and enjoy a nice lunch. And after that, from a student perspective, after afternoon session, they have many different clubs where they can participate to play the different games, to learn the music, to participate like and the kitchen, how to cook the food. So this kind of activity is start like around 3 p.m. after 3 p.m. And sometime like few days they dedicate for this kind of activity also. And another thing is for evening time, like city is very close, uh, facilities are very close. You can access everything very easily. So you can enjoy evening times going around to the city. So what kind of research we have? We have like a very high class research infrastructure, and this is one of the example. So what, and this is me when I'm doing some research in my lab. So what basically we do, we are working on agriculture waste, and this waste we are converting to the sustainable advanced material. So how it goes, we just take the different type of agriculture waste, for example, rice straw or banana pseudo stem or beet pulp or sugarcane, this agriculture waste. And these things we process in our lab and extract some of the very important material, for example, like cellulose. And with this, we develop a different type of new materials. So what is the hidden return on this investment to what we see? I I like this picture very much, and because the 25% only you can see from the academic degree and technical experience. But when you start living to the Japan, you have like you will develop cultural adaptability, cross-cultural communication you will develop, and you will develop a very good professional network. And also you can develop a very core personal confidence to live independent in any place. So with this, I will say like study abroad is about discovering a new opportunity, building confidence and preparing for a global future. And I will say like explore Japan as your next destination. And I hope to see some of you in Japan one day. Thank you very much.
Thank you very
If you
much.
have any question or queries, you can write us directly, and whatever queries you have in the chat box, we can read and try to answer you.
Okay, so
Okay. All right. Thank you so much for Kimura Sensei and Sharma Sensei for your wonderful presentations. Thank you very much. Now we have some questions for Kanazawa University. Sensei, can you see the questions and
yes.
read them and then answer them, please?
Okay, so first question, what subject exams are to be given for EJU? So this depends on the schools. So please check the website because we have 20 schools and each school has different rules, requirements. So please check our website. And maybe second question is, are all undergraduate courses taught in English at Kanazawa University? So this also depends on undergraduate schools. Actually, some of them have some English lectures, but also Japanese lectures. So you can you can apply to our entrance exam in English, but in some undergraduate schools, you have to study a little bit Japanese to learn some lectures. But for example, in my faculty of mathematics and physics, we have some special English course in undergraduate schools. And if you enter, you can choose only English lectures. But also in graduate schools, basically all graduate school can be accepted such English speak students who cannot understand Japanese well.
Yes. Especially like for bachelor student, I want to add one point. Like for bachelor student, it depends on the course, and some courses are provided in English as well. And but when you come here, if you don't know Japanese, there will be like Japanese classes parallelly, so you can attend that classes, and then it will be like easy to you to understand. But if you are coming for master course or for PhD, then the environment is completely different. Most of the courses are available in English, and if you are coming for research purpose, there is like no problem at all if you don't know Japanese. But yeah, once you start living, slowly, you will learn many Japanese things, and especially Japanese language.
Thank you very much. Okay, so hello, konnichiwa everyone. Thank you for joining Hokkaido University's session today. We are delighted to have you with us today. My name is Yuka, and I'm a coordinator at the Division of International Relations here at Hokkaido University. I'll be your host for today's session. Okay, so before we begin, I'd like to mention a couple of things. First, we have limited time today, and we want to make sure we can answer your questions as accurately as possible. So instead of using the Zoom chat during the session, we kindly ask you to send your questions by email or through the contact form after the session. I will introduce the email address and the contact form at the end of the session, so please stay tuned. Another point is that we will have a short post-session survey. We will share a copy of today's slides with those who complete the survey. So if you have a few minutes, we really appreciate it if you could fill it out. And here are the topics of our session today. Later in the session, we'll show you two video messages, one from an alumnus and one from a current student at Hokkaido University. So please stay tuned. Sorry. Now let's take a moment to introduce today's presenters. We have Dr. Norimi Okawa, the Deputy Director of the Office for International Collaboration. Next, we have Professor Satoru Kawasaki. He's a professor of the Faculty of Engineering at Hokkaido University, and he will talk about ECUBE program later. Now we would like to show you our new promotional video. And this video was launched last November. One moment. All right, here we go. Hope you enjoyed the video. Now I'd like to pass my mic to Dr. Miyokawa. Thank you, Dr. Miyokawa.
Yes, thank you very much. Hello. So can you hear me? I hope so, yes. So good afternoon from Sapporo, Japan. I'm Nori Miyokawa of Hokkaido University. I'm honored to give you a brief introduction to Hokkaido University and its graduate programs in general. As you can see from the number in the bottom right, our university is celebrating its 150th anniversary this year in 2026. The university was originally established as a Sapporo Agricultural College in 1876. Yes, next. Yeah. So Hokkaido University is located on Japan's northernmost island, Hokkaido. So we are proud to have the largest campus area in Japan, with campuses in Sapporo and Hakodate, as well as experimental forests and other research facilities. Our main campus in Sapporo is home to 11 undergraduate faculties, 20 graduate schools, as well as experimental farms and a wide range of research facilities. Our Hakodate campus is home to the Faculty of Fisheries Sciences. Hakodate is a charming port town located about a 5-hour drive south of Sapporo. And Hokkaido is well known for its stunning natural beauty, and it's considered one of the most comfortable places to live in Japan. Many of you may already know it as one of the world's top ski destinations. Yes, we do get plenty of snow in winter, but don't worry. While it may be cold, but beautiful indeed outside, most buildings are designed to be warm and cozy inside. You can enjoy winter activities like skiing or snowboarding and then relax in a comfortable, heated place afterwards. Actually, enjoying ice cream in a nice warm room feels just like heaven. So beyond winter, Hokkaido also offers pleasant weather throughout the year, especially in summer, which is sunnier, drier, and cooler than in most other parts of Japan. Our main campus is located in Sapporo, the 5th largest city in Japan. It combines the convenience and energy of a major city with a more relaxed atmosphere compared to Tokyo or Osaka. Despite being a large city, the cost of living, such as rent, is relatively affordable. Over the past 150 years, Hokkaido University has grown into a comprehensive research university with a strong academic environment, spanning fields from the humanities and social sciences to STEM and medicine, including dental and veterinary sciences. In total, there are 21 graduate schools. Of these, 15 offer the option to complete a degree in English. As for the remaining 6, this does not necessarily mean that pursuing a degree in English is impossible. Depending on your supervisor, there may still be opportunities to conduct your studies in English. Among those 15 graduate schools, 8 offer dedicated English-based degree programs. These programs are introduced in a brochure titled Degree Programs in English. If you are interested, I encourage you to take a look at it. The QR code on the screen will take you directly to the brochure. Among these programs in English, in just a moment, my colleague Professor Kawasaki will introduce the E-Cube program, an English-based program offered by the Graduate School of Engineering at Hokkaido University. We won't be able to cover all scholarship and financial support options today, but I would like to highlight a few key opportunities. For more details, please scan the QR code here to visit our scholarship search webpage. We are very pleased to have welcomed many mixed embassy recommendation scholarships over the years. I would also like to highlight that Hokkaido University is eligible to offer the Mixed University Recommendation Scholarship too. Some of our programs, including engineering, which Professor Kawasaki will introduce shortly, have been selected for a special mixed quota, providing even more opportunities for international students. In addition, just for your information, another examples of the Mixed University Recommendation at Hokkaido University, applications are currently open for special quota at the Graduate School of Science, as well as the Graduate School of Life Science. If you are interested, please visit the program's website for further information. Well, thank you very much for listening to my presentation. We look forward to welcoming you on campus of Hokkaido University in the near future. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Miyokawa. Now let's move on to the next topic. I'd like to hand it over to Professor Kawasaki. Thank you, Professor Kawasaki.
Can you hear me? Okay. Hello, everyone. I am Satoru Kawasaki, a professor in the Division of Sustainable Resources Engineering and also the chair of the E-Cube program. Today, I'd like to give you an overview of the English program at Graduate School of Engineering.
Kawasaki sensei, your mic is
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Sorry. Once again. Can we start? Okay, our English education program started in 2000, and we call it EQ program. The Graduate School of Engineering has 13 majors, and all of them are open to students in EQ program. In 2026, the program we proposed, the Next Generation Green Transformation Leader Development Program, was chosen and allocated next scholarships. So first, the most fundamental aspect of the EQ program is to provide the high-quality education entirely in English. This attracts students not only from Japan, but also from all over the world, which leads to forcing future engineers who can play active roles on the global stage. Currently, 153 students from 43 countries are enrolled in the EQ program. As you can see, we welcome students from regions all over the world. More than 75% of them come from Asia, and 50% are from Southwest Asia. The EQ program is a graduate program. The standard period of study is 2 years for the master's degree and 3 years for the doctoral degree. In the Graduate School of Engineering, there are 13 divisions and nearly 100 laboratories. We offer approximately 230 courses in English. As of 2026, although the number of students varies, all divisions have E-Cube students. The entrance exam for the E-Cube program is called the E-Cube Special Selection, and applicants do not need to come to Japan to take a test. During the matching check period, applicants submit their documents online. If they match with the prospective supervisor, they send the original documents by post. Those who pass the document screening and the online interview are admitted to the E-Cube program. Excuse me. Since the EQ program is conducted in English, a high level of English proficiency is required. We accept TOEFL, IBT, IELTS, academic, and the TOEIC scores, and the minimum requirements apply to both the EQ special selection and the next scholarship selection. Applicants who completed their previous degree entirely in English may submit a medium of instruction certificate instead of a test score. This is an application and the screening schedule for the EQ special selection. The EQ program accepts the students twice a year in October and April. Because the application process begins about 8 months before enrollment, we recommend checking the required documents in the previous guidelines and preparing the application materials in advance. There are 2 types of next scholarship. The embassy recommendation, which is selected by the Japanese embassy in the applicant home country, and the university recommendation, which is selected through the EQ program. Recipients receive approximately $900 per month. They are also exempt from the examination fee, entrance fee, and tuition fees. For detailed information on next scholarships, including eligibility and required documents, please check both the EQ program website and the guideline provided by NEXT. The next scholarship university recommendation is available only for October enrollment. For embassy recommendation, self-found students and recipients of other scholarships, enrollment is available in both April and October. To participate in the EQ program with our next scholarship, applicants must first pass the next scholarship selection and then apply for the EQ special selection. If you are interested in our program, please visit our EQ program website. If you have any questions, please feel free to contact EQ program office by email. Thank you for listening.
Thank you, Professor Kawasaki. Now, let's take a look at 2 video messages, one from current student and another one from an alumnus One moment. I'm just making sure the all right. Okay. This is from our current student.
Hello everyone, I'm Shreyas. Welcome to the seminar. I'm from India and I belong to the Graduate School of Engineering, specifically to the Smart Structures and Systems Laboratory. Currently I'm in the third year of my PhD and I am an eCube student. Well, I've always been interested in robotics and I have built a career in robotics. So to further my career and my knowledge, of course, considering one of the best nations that you could study robotics is Japan. And that was a logical next step in my career. And specifically in Japan, I chose the eCube program because it has one of the easiest application processes. And my professor, my current supervisor that I'm studying under, his research is also very much connected to the topics that I was interested back in the day. Currently, I'm a JSPS fellow. So after graduation, I have the option to continue to a postdoc at the same lab that I am currently studying in. So after graduation, my plans for at least 1 year are set. After that, I'm looking to apply to other universities as specially appointed professorships or another postdoc wherever my field takes me. So I'm looking at different labs who would, which would like to have me. One thing is very interesting, which I would like to tell future eCube students, is that eCube is, as the name suggests, it is an English engineering education program. All of your classes are going to be in English. All of your research is going to be English. On paper, everything is going to be in English. But that does not mean that you don't need to learn Japanese. You're going to come to Japan. You're going to be talking to people in Japanese outside of work. If you're going to have a life in Japan as a student as well, you need to study Japanese. I think eCube is a great starting point where you have this freedom of at least not being, completely enforced to work in a Japanese environment. You can use your English abilities to work in a specialized field, which is great. But if you're going to live in Japan, if you're going to communicate with the people around you, and if you're going to build a life here, I think it's very, very, very important to learn Japanese.
So the next one is from Anonymous.
Hi, I'm Hazarika. My name is Zisnov Rikoy Hazarika, and I'm from Assam, towards the northeastern part of India. Although I say, of course, my hometown is Assam, India, but I also say in Japan, my hometown is in Hokkaido. And about my education background, I did my undergraduate in IIT Hyderabad, India. My research interest aligned with my professor at Hokkaido University, Professor Kosuke Takahashi. In the year 2021, I graduated from Hokkaido University and then joined Suzuki Motor Corporation as a technologist. But currently, I am also involved in new technology or the next generation mobility related business development. Yeah, of course, because from Hokkaido University, I also get to understand the Japanese way of doing things, to be very organized, and whatever you do, suppose in my country where I'm from India, you do the thing first, and afterwards, if there is problem, you try to solve it. But in Japan, it is opposite. You first plan everything, think of all the possible failures, make make a plan how it can be rectified, and then later, after everything is confirmed, you execute it. So that is very new thing that I learned, I can say. So that also helped me in my current, that is also helping me in my current work as well, because you have to make plans and like also like discuss with your supervisors and all. So yeah. But other than that, like the most common other common things, like of course, like to be the like discipline, hospitality, like all punctuality, all these things are like secondary things. As a message to your student, of course, like of course, other universities in Japan are also good, but the unique point of Hokkaido University is like one is, of course, it is the Imperial University, good ranking, and second, they have a dedicated website, eCube, like English Engineering Education Program, like where the website is in English, and so it is very like easy to navigate the contents about the laboratories or about the admission process, about the professors, about the university life. So please like check the website and make a informed decision. And also like you, for people like with financial difficulties, like you can also take the scholarships in the website. Like yeah.
I hope you enjoy the videos. I'd just like to clarify one point from the alumnus video. In Hazarika-san's video, there was a group photo labeled as being from his lab. However, the photo has been taken at Suzuki in the year 2024, where a few selected employees worked in group to participate in NHK's program. NHK is a Japanese public broadcaster. Sorry about that. All right, so as I mentioned at the beginning of the session, if you have any questions, especially about the eCube program, please feel free to email the eCube program office. You can also find more information about eCube program through the QR code displayed in the center of the screen. If you have questions that are not related to the eCube program, please use the contact form. You can access it using the QR code at the bottom right of the screen. Finally, we'll really appreciate it if you could take a moment to complete a short survey about today's session. We will send the presentation slides to those who submit the survey. I'd just like to let you know that the Graduate School of Environmental Science at Hokkaido University will be participating in the next online session for South Asia students on June 24th. So if you're interested, please join that as well. And thank you very much for joining us today. We look forward to welcoming you to Hokkaido University in the near future. Bye.
Okay, so here's the photograph of the Okayama campus looking from the library to the main building. So Institute of Science Tokyo is actually a merger of two universities, the Tokyo Institute of Technology, Tokyo Tech, which was formerly called in Tokyo Medical and Dental University, which was formed on October 1st of 2024. So the mission of the university is advancing science and human well-being to create value for and with society. So the former Tokyo Institute of Technology covered the fields of science and engineering, and Tokyo Medical and Dental University covered more health sciences. So within the Tokyo campus, we have a number of institutes, a number of students and professors as well. So for example, undergraduate students around 5,000, graduate students a little more than 5,000, international students, 1,900 countries from which they come, and faculty members over 1,000. Okay, so the Institute was founded originally as a vocational high school, and from there it became an institute later. Some of these details I'm not going to cover, but it recently merged and formed the Institute of Science Tokyo. So it's celebrating 144 years in 2025. So Albert Einstein visited our institute in 1922, so it was well established even though it was a vocational high school at that time. So international students are from many countries. 1,900 students from 76 countries, primarily from Asia. Fewer from North America, South America, and Europe, etc., Africa as well. So this is a photograph of the library. Part of the library is underground. So it consists of 6 schools, 17 departments, mathematics, physics, chemistry, various fields of engineering, material science, and chemical sciences and technology. I'm actually in the School of Environment and Society. So education, what I'm going to present is primarily graduate education, but there's an undergraduate education as well, which is primarily conducted in Japanese. At least about 95% of the students are Japanese and they study in Japanese. We do have international students who, one who will speak later and talk about his undergraduate education from India. So the graduate school, majority of the courses are taught in English. And the other aspect of the education is courses are taught both in the specialty as well as liberal arts. All students take liberal arts courses as well as entrepreneur courses, which started several years ago. So looking towards the main building, Tokyo Tech or Science Tokyo has a number of cherry trees, and this is a kind of gathering point on the campus. In addition to academics and education, we have student support, such as housing support, dormitories, and information about private apartments, share houses, financial support. We have an international student support desk and tutors, and Science Tokyo career support for those looking for jobs. Japanese language for international students who want to study Japanese and cultural courses. And then international students also have an organization called Science Tokyo International Student Association, and then there's also student ambassadors who I work with on promotion of the international activities at the Institute. A number of dormitories are shown here. The prices are shown as well. It's from 30,000 yen to 82,000 yen, both for male and female. There are also some limited facilities for those with families. So you can see on the right side, this is Shinagawa House, which primarily, I think this is typically male, and you can see the prices are around 62,000 in capacity. And then there's also Senzoku Ike House, which is primarily a female dormitory. So for international students, the Institute does provide support for them, for example, to get adjusted to life on campus, typically for a period of around 8 months, explaining Japanese culture and assisting, for example, opening a bank account, helping with procedures at the city hall, such as registration, assisting with some shopping, maybe going to medical facilities. And there's also support on campus for academic life and providing support in research laboratories or course registration. So we have a Institute of Liberal Arts, which teaches various subjects, including Japanese. And so for students who want to learn Japanese, this is a place to go for that. There's also local volunteers who support this and provide Japanese language support or conversation. In Japan, it's quite important to actually understand Japanese to a certain level in order to facilitate your everyday life. There's also career support activities as well for those who are looking for a job. A number of the students, for example, master's students, international students, will find jobs in Japan. Some of them will go to the doctoral course. Others will maybe return to their home countries. In the case of doctoral students, many of them will find employment in Japan, maybe go back employment in their home countries, or, for example, look for a fellowship or postdoc, or searching for jobs elsewhere. So as I mentioned before, we have an International Student Association, which is quite large, which consists of both Japanese as well as international students. They do activities together. So we have a student ambassador group, which is a number of international students who work with the admissions center and kind of promote activities, talk about or actually post blog posts online, which covers, for example, living in Japan, what experiences they've had both on and off campus. So that's a good place to look for information about from a student point of view. With regards to graduate student admissions, there's several different programs. They're denoted IGP, which stands for International Graduate Program. There's A, which is theme focused, which is typically a student applies for admission into a department with a MEC scholarship. Liken, which is a national laboratory, and I'll show some slides about this. And then International Graduate Program C, which is a master's and doctoral program, where financing is separate from admissions. So the graduate school lectures and seminars are primarily conducted in English. And a lot of these admissions activities located in the Taki Plaza, which is a building for student services. So International Graduate Program A, called IGPA, is theme focused, and students apply for entering a particular department, and there's a number of scholarships, and each of these particular departments or programs offer scholarships. And it's primarily focusing on recruiting international students to do graduate work. Some of the programs have integrated master and doctoral programs, so the scholarship will last 3 to 5 years. Some of the individual departments may just have a master's program, but most of them have an integrated master's doctoral program. So each department can accept several students, and typically the fall application it takes about 1 year from applying in the fall to being admitted in the following year. Another program is related to one of the national laboratories in Japan called Liken. It's more specific, so I'll just mention this, and you can look for more information about this on the website. Probably one of the more popular programs is International Graduate Program C, which can be a master's program, only a master's program, or a doctoral program, or a combined program. In this case, the student has to seek funding, or maybe they're self-funded, and they can apply. Admissions are in both April and October, and typically applications are due about 6 months before that. And some students may apply for example, a JASO scholarship or other scholarships as well to support tuition payment as well as their life in Japan. So the international admissions process is kind of summarized in this particular slide. So first would be to find a topic of interest based upon your education or knowledge. Search for a laboratory within the university, looking at professors' websites. Then contact an academic supervisor, for example, myself or someone else, if depending upon the field of study. And then obtain a consent letter from the professor stating they would accept you into their laboratory, and then submit the application to the admissions office. So there's websites there's web pages on the website which help students find the prospective faculty members. And you can do a keyword search depending upon the particular topic or research field, and then search for faculty members as well. Or just look, for example, in the literature on a particular topic, and then try to find that faculty member who's doing research in that particular field. So that's an overview of Science Tokyo. Thank you very much for your attention, and I'd be happy to answer any questions afterwards.
Yes, thank you very much, Cross Sensei, for your presentation on Science Tokyo. Next, I would like to talk about my experience as an international student here. Speaking a little bit about myself, my name is Harshvardhan Kedare, and I'm a master's second-year student at the Department of Information and Communications Engineering here at Science Tokyo. I am from the city of Thane in India, and I'm currently researching computer architecture, specifically hardware security at Science Tokyo. I came to Japan in the August of 2020, like during the COVID pandemic, as a mixed undergrad scholar, and I still receive this scholarship as a master's student. And I did my bachelor's at Science Tokyo as well from 2021 to 2025. I was spring intake. And during my student life, I've been involved in extracurriculars like English debate and I'm a part of the Indian Students Association here, and my hobbies include traveling in and out of Japan and working out. So you guys must be wondering, like, why Japan for bachelor's and master's? Why for higher education? So the answer is, in one word, it's anime. So ever since I was a kid, I used to watch Japanese anime, and through that, I really got interested in the Japanese language and the society. So Japanese people are known to be very disciplined, very punctual, and the people here, they prioritize the group, the society, more than like the individual. And I really like these ideas of the Japanese society. I also used to study Japanese back when I was in India. But you guys don't need to worry, because most of the Indian students that come to Japan, they don't know any Japanese, most of my friends, but they start studying Japanese when they come here. So please don't think that there's a language barrier when it comes to studying in Japan. And another reason for choosing Japan was the presence of a number of top universities. So if you see the QS World rankings, you can see a lot of Japanese universities in the top 100. Science Tokyo is one of them. And also the generous MEC scholarship was also a very key deciding factor for choosing Japan. So now that I chose Japan and I got into the university, how did I spend my time? So during my bachelor's, since it was an engineering degree, I studied mathematics extensively. I had technical coursework on programming, algorithms, circuits and microarchitecture, etc. By the way, all of this was in Japanese, and but there are some undergraduate programs that provide degrees in English as well, lectures in English. So you can take a look at that. I also had classes on liberal arts, foreign languages, and in my fourth year of bachelor's, I did a research project under my lab supervisor. In case of masters, however, it's a bit different. You don't have a lot of lectures, but the lectures that you have, they are more in depth, they are more technical. And in case of Science Tokyo, like most of them are in English actually. And rather than lectures, more emphasis is placed on research. So for 2 years, you'll be doing research for most of the time under your lab supervisor in your lab. And yeah, there are a few courses on liberal arts and other things as well. But a very good point about doing masters at Science Tokyo, in my opinion, is the presence of students and researchers from different countries. It is a very international environment, and as a result, there are more opportunities to participate in international conferences and study abroad programs. And so now you must be thinking that Science Tokyo is all about like research and academics, but that's not necessarily true. In your off time, you can do a lot of extracurricular activities. Of an example, as even Cross Sensei said, is this International Students Organization. The Indian Students Association at Science Tokyo, it's very active and robust as well. So you can make a lot of good friends and memories in these organizations. You can see in this photo, some of my friends are making the South Indian dish dosa during our campus festival. So yeah, you can have study and fun, both of them. And outside the campus, there are a lot of places to travel. Some of my favorite places are Yokohama and Mount Fuji and Tokyo Disneyland. So yeah, there are a bunch of attractions very close to the Tokyo area. So yeah, in conclusion, I chose Science Tokyo because it is situated in Tokyo, which is, in my opinion, the perfect combination of opportunities, academics, and fun. In my experience, over the past like 5.5 years at Science Tokyo, all the professors and staff that I've encountered were really cooperative and friendly. And there is an increasing support for English courses, and that is attracting a lot of international students from worldwide. And as a result, there are many talented international students and researchers at Science Tokyo, and it is a melting pot of all sorts at this university. At the same time, ample of scholarship opportunities are available here in Japan, which I myself availed. So in case of financing your studies, you can look into the scholarship opportunities as well. Also, Science Tokyo has a really good, really strong global outreach, and it is well connected with a number of universities abroad in Asia, in Europe, in different parts of the world. So that fosters a really strong research culture. Like I see my friends traveling to conferences worldwide all the time, like publishing their research results and going for exchange programs. So the research culture is very strong here. And yeah, after completing your bachelor's or master's, you can pursue a PhD, or you can consider working here or in some other country. I will be working from next April in Japan, so that is also an option. So yeah, that's all from me, and thank you very much for listening.
All right, thank you very much, Cross Sensei and Kedare-san, for your wonderful presentation. Thank you. ありがとうございました。Now, we'll move on to the Q&A session for Institute of Science Tokyo. Cross Sensei, can you see the question from the Q&A form?
Yeah, in the chat.
In the format, in the chat, can you see? All right, I'm going to read the question for you. Okay. The first question is, can the student rely completely on a mixed scholarship for the entire study period?
Yeah, please answer that. I think you have more experience with that than I do.
Yes, answering the question, yes, a student can rely on the mixed scholarship for the entire study period. And yeah, in case of bachelor's, for 4 years, and in case of master's for 2 years. And yeah, like if you like don't get the sufficient credits, you might lose the scholarship. But unless you're performing well in your academics, you can rely on the scholarship completely.
Thank you. We move on to the second question. In Japan, is it possible for high school students to participate in research activities through shadowing, internships, or independent research supervision under university professors? If so, are there any such opportunities available at your university or in your research group?
So typically in Japan, high school students tend to be studying very hard for admissions into the university. So some of the high schools themselves offer opportunities for students to do research, but typically we do not work directly with high school students.
Okay. ありがとうございます. Thank you, Sensei. The third question, what are the opportunities for neuropsychology research or clinical cognitive neuroscience research?
I'm not that familiar with that particular topic. That would probably be more on the medical school side. Yeah, and typically the medical school side is primarily the research is conducted in Japanese, so I think there would be a case-by-case basis.
Okay, thank you. The last question. What other scholarships are available other than the mixed scholarship for undergraduate?
So there's a number of scholarships. One of them is called JASSO, JASSO, and they offer scholarships for undergraduate as well as graduate students. There are a number of foundations in Japan which also offer scholarships as well. Their websites the Institute has a number of information about scholarships, so that would be the place to look to find them. Do you have anything to add?
Yes, I think, yeah, JASO provides scholarship, and there are a number of foundations as well that provides scholarship exclusively for international students. So like I think they're listed on Science Tokyo's website as well. So if you go through the website, you can find the relevant scholarships.
Okay. Thank you, Cross Sensei and Kedare Sensei. Okay. Well,
Thank you.
thank you. ありがとうございました.
Kondo Sensei, is it okay if I add one more thing?
Please.
So in the first question, the question was that can a student rely completely on the MEC scholarship for the entire period? So actually, the MEC scholarship, it depends on what city you are living in, whether you can rely on it completely. If you live in Tokyo, the expenses can get very high. So the scholarship might not be completely sufficient. In that case, you might have to maybe do some part-time job or maybe some internship, or you can work as a research assistant. So whether the mixed scholarship suffices or not, that depends on what city you're living in. So if you're choosing a pricey city like Tokyo, then it might not be sufficient depending on your lifestyle.